Hey guys, so I wanted to, sorry I'm at Park with Tia, but I wanted to give everybody a heads up that I am going to be, see it's going nuts, deleting my website. So I might in the future, since I like own the domain name for it, have like a website where I'm like not selling products and stuff like that. But I've kind of touched on this in a previous video about how I like, sorry, yeah, you're fine. Come here. Why don't you just come sit on my lap? I kind of touched on this in a previous video about how I like to sell like wholesale to shops and stuff like that, to help like small businesses and things of that sort. But kind of along those same lines, obviously with COVID, when all the shops and everything shut down, you know, obviously like I had to have a website where I could sell stuff, so that way people who wanted my products still had like a way to get them with everything being closed. But my passion is about implementing magic into different items that we can use to kind of just like have a little bit of magic in our everyday lives, sort of thing. So like I love making my stuff, but my passion isn't my products. It's about like introducing people to magic and like making things for people who either already utilize like different stuff with metaphysical properties, but also people like who don't. Obviously like I'm on a journey and things like that, and so always evolving and always changing. But I like my greatest joy comes from meeting people and figuring out what they need and making like specific things either for them or having an array of stuff that like I've been inspired to make, and then bringing it to different places and like kind of figuring out what the missing piece of the puzzle is, and like kind of when I talk with people, figuring out kind of what product might work good for them, or like what I don't know. It's just I like more of an interpersonal like relationship and stuff like that. Like I don't really want to just like make things to sell to make a profit. That's just not as personal, and like I like that in-person interaction and stuff. So I will continue to sell like wholesale to stores, because again, like I'm still having that relationship with like store owners and stuff, and like wanting to grow businesses. But like doing pop-up shops and different like vendor events and stuff like that is kind of more of my vibe. And now that COVID's over, I kind of like, I want to get back into that, and I want my products to be a result of my passion. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah, like I'm very passionate about like magic and metaphysics, and like just helping people on a more like spiritual level, and my products are a result of that, if that makes sense. And so with my website, it wasn't like turning into that. Also, like furthermore, I am not a tech savvy person. So, which I mean, if you've seen some of my videos, you're like, yeah, I'm aware. But doing things online and like updating a website, like I just wasn't doing it. It was just like very draining for me, and I would just neglect my website, and then once in a while spend like 3 or 4 days like completely just doing that and updating it and stuff like that. And it was just like super draining, and I didn't like it. And so like I don't want to spend time doing something like I don't like. And also, yeah, just shipping items to people that I don't know, it like, I don't know, like I want that like connection. So yeah. So anyway, this is just kind of letting everybody know that I am going to take my website offline pretty soon here, and kind of give a reason for that. And then you know, in the future I might have a website where it kind of is more like that I won't have to update it with like products and stuff like that, where it can be more of you know, like an about me thing, and maybe I'll like link some videos. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, updating something online where I like feel disconnected from people who I'm like selling my stuff to, yeah, it just isn't my vibe. And so now that I'm in Iowa, so now that like COVID's kind of less, I shouldn't say it hasn't, it's more of the lockdown, which I mean, Iowa lockdown was never really taken seriously here, but now that things are like opening back up and stuff like that, you're okay, honey. Yeah, I want to continue to sell to like small businesses to help them, because like obviously they've been struggling, because even if stuff's open, it's still not like people are like going out and stuff like they used to, which I mean is good, but there's always a downside to that. So yeah, so I want to continue to like make stuff specifically like for like, I like doing custom pieces that like only Enchanted sells, or only Kin sells, or like only Center Me has, like stuff like that. Like I like doing stuff that, you know, you have to go to like said small business to attain. And I like doing things where I'm not having to just like keep updating the website, and like I like doing kind of I don't know, like if I get inspired to make like a certain type of product, I can just make it, and maybe like I'll probably post it on Instagram and maybe do like silent auctions and stuff like that, because Instagram's very engaging. Like, and it's not that I'm like not gonna sell online. I'm not like opposed to Etsy or anything, and like I'm open to suggestions. Obviously I'm just kind of like talking out loud here and figuring out, like I know that my website doesn't make me happy, so I'm gonna take it down. Yeah, I think if I was to maybe like do giveaways and stuff and silent auctions and stuff like that on Instagram, even though it's not necessarily in person, I still feel like I can get a feel for like the person, and there's still like engagement. It's not just, yeah, that's really what I need. Like I need an engagement. I don't want a transaction. I want an engagement, if that makes sense. So yeah, I just wanted to update everyone on the fact that I will be taking my website down, or offline or whatever, kind of tell you why and where my head's at and where I'm going. And if anybody has like any suggestions or ideas, I'd really appreciate it. Message me on my Instagram. I check that the most. I'm also thinking about like taking down my Facebook page, because like I never check it. My entire Facebook page is just me, it's things I post on Instagram that are just shared to Facebook. Like I never check it, but yeah, it's just, again, not super tech savvy, so when it comes to like technology and the internet and things like that, YouTube and Instagram are kind of like where I put my energy. Like that's what I love scrolling through and watching. Like YouTube's where I like watch a bunch of stuff. Like I love YouTube, and so like I love Instagram and like seeing people's like posts and stuff like that. So I want to stick with like mediums that I enjoy, you know, and I don't want to kind of drain my energy across like a bunch of platforms, because, you know, I had the mindset that it's just pushing buttons on a screen. Like how can it be that draining? But like when you don't vibe with it, it's very draining. So I'm just kind of like, yeah, I don't really vibe with having a website and having transactions and not in like engagements. And yeah, and Facebook's just kind of like, I don't know, like it's like I just don't scroll through Facebook ever. Like I'm just always on Instagram and YouTube, and so I'm just kind of like, if that's where my eyes at, that's where I need to be. So yeah, all right, Thea's getting antsy, so we're gonna go finish our walk. But yeah, love you all. Thanks for listening, and any feedback, criticism, ideas, I would greatly appreciate. Have a great and wonderful day, y'all.